I was just curious. I know that Rex said that he's looking forward to like the Acolyte, like that's what he's looking forward. I was just curious what each one of us is looking forward to the most out of all of those projects.
That was a really good question. I was you. It's Caleb. I'm so proud of you for asking that question. Why don't you go first? Actually,
So for me, it's in between three. It's between Ahsoka, between Rogue Squadron, and between the Obi-Wan series. And I think I'm one of my favorite movies of all time is Top Gun. So hearing that they're wanting to basically come out and make the greatest fighter pilot like movie ever set in Star Wars, like with Rogue Squadron, I'm like, yeah, sign me up. I'm there for it. I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be awesome.
I just got like a vision of Poe Dameron walking out and like smiling and putting his aviators on. Someone like needs to make like a parody.
Change his own.
Literally,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're gonna get Tom
exactly.
Cruise.
Oh
Get
my
Tom.
god, yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm right there. What do you think, Rex? What are you most excited for?
Um. So, did they announce like the Obi-Wan?
Yeah.
Uh, that's gonna be a show, right?
Yeah. Show.
Yeah, show. So yeah, it's in between that and the Acolyte, and I just think I'm really interested in the Acolyte because, uh, I don't know a lot about. I mean, I don't know a lot of information about that period. I played like Knights of the Old Republic, but that's about it. So I know there's a lot of like Sith and Jedi, so I just feel like that's going to be somewhat interesting. Um, and of course, like I love Obi-Wan, and I think his show's going to be really good. How do you guys feel about Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader?
I I, I don't think you necessarily need Vader in the show. I get the temptation. I also don't think Hayden Christensen was the problem in the sequels. I think the person directing him was the problem. uh, so I
Ryan,
say I say
oh,
give the man a
man.
shot. You know.
Ryan,
Yeah,
I appreciate your take so much. We've done two podcasts together, and I already love every single thing you've said.
yeah, a lot of people had issues with it, saying like that means that Obi-Wan is gonna obviously like encounter Vader again and what's gonna happen, and it takes away from their fight in um, A New Hope. So I
Not
don't,
necessarily.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it will take away from that. Um, but I'm pretty excited for that whole thing.
Well, I think you could even have a show where they never meet, and yet the things that they're doing are still intertwining and pushing and pulling against each other. You could even have it where they don't even know that the other one is the antagonist that they're struggling against. Um, an example is I don't know if you guys are fans of the Fifth Element sci-fi movie.
Oh yeah, it's like
Um,
my favorite sci-fi.
well, the hero and the villain never meet. Corbin Dallas and the Zorg never actually meet or are face to face. They do not know that either one of them exists, and yet everything they're doing is intertwined with what the other one is doing. So you could do something similar and have each one be sort of like this specter who's in the background of the other's lives and they don't even realize it. I'm not saying that's what they will do, but it is possible.
You're saying that's how you would do it.
I'm saying that's how I would do it.
You realize we're gonna like totally bring your profession to be this and like, oh, I'm Ryan and I write books and I'm the smartest person here. Like, no, I'm just kidding. No, I'm joking.
Note that I didn't say any of that.
I'm actually about to have probably my like I guess what they call it the geek card and the nerd card revoked. I've never seen The Fifth Element, so
Oh, well,
Really?
I
we
mean,
might have to review that on the podcast at some
do a
point in
movie night.
2021.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it did.
totally. Stay tuned,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen, too, because we're having some new segments pop up on the show. One that we've been kind of dancing with for a while now has been retro reviews. So, we might just have to add that movie to the list of those movies, and we might start with that one. I don't know. We'll see.
well, and I'll tell you, when I first watched it, I did not like it. Um, I don't know if I was in the wrong mood or just was expecting something else, but I left the theater like, I don't get it, man. And then, like the second time I saw it, I guess I was in the right mood or something, and it was like watching a completely different movie, and I've loved it ever since then. So you never know; the first viewing may not be the same for you.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way about The Last Jedi. I was like, I don't know, that's pretty cool. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, this is the best Star Wars movie. I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry.
All right, I gotta go, guys.
I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. It's kind of interesting we mentioned the Hayden Christensen thing though, because I think it'd be kind of interesting to have him play somewhat of a minimal part. And I thought it was kind of interesting the way we saw Yoda and the Clone Wars kind of get tested by the dark side. It wouldn't be so crazy to think that Obi-Wan drawing away from the Force, you know, he'd be tempted by that dark side, and there'd be sort of a gray chapter in his life, so to speak, where maybe the dark side is like kind of Empire Strikes backing him a little bit, like in the cave, but maybe a more prolonged period. It could be kind of cool, like if the dark side's tempting him and like there's like a grotesquely like burned Anakin or something like that showing up every now and then to like let him know that he failed. That could be kind of a cool take too, I think. I don't know. I think it got confirmed, or I saw on TikTok, it was just someone saying like, oh, these things have been confirmed that we're going to see in the show. I think that they did say that they're going to duel on the space station. SR 383, what's it called? SR 388. What's it called? Whenever Obi-Wan and Vader fight for the first time. No, they're on the Death Star, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that scene, like I think supposedly that's supposed to be, there's supposed to be like a new version of that, but I don't know how true that is. I didn't fact check it. I was just scrolling through TikTok, but yeah. Anyways, Ryan, did you say which one you're most excited for?
I mean, I can't just sit here and name all of them, so I guess I got to pick something. I like Ahsoka, so I think that'll be fun. I think making a kind of a dark, like a Sith focused show is a very cool idea. It could almost be like a Loki type show where you can make someone sort of anti-heroish almost.
Yeah, we've never had that, so that would be interesting.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I have a little bit of a once removed personal stake with the Rogue Squadron one, which of course I loved the series, and I think it's a great idea, and I think Patty Jenkins is a great director. Also, Michael Stackpole, who wrote the Rogue Squadron series, is a friend of mine, and so when I saw the news, I reached out to him and was talking to him about that, and just to like see something that he did. Not that he doesn't even know, not that they're even taking storylines from that, but to see something he did in some way, validated 20 years later to that degree, is just super exciting for me because he's a super cool guy and a very talented writer.
That's a really cool story. Like, I will be so happy to hear like whenever things come up on the show and you're like, oh yeah, I know that guy. And it's like, really? Tell us about him. You know what I mean? Like, just tell us all. That's awesome.
If they're not cool, I'll tell you about them off camera. If they are cool, which
the
vast majority of them are cool. And Michael's a very cool guy. And so I'm gonna be real. I would love to see it if they threw in even just little references to stuff that he did and stuff that he came up with. That would be really fun.
That's cool. Hopefully you can bring some of those things out whenever the time comes. Whatever possessed you to check out the podcast or the YouTube channel today, I just want to say thank you so much for doing so. If this is your first time here, I would appreciate it, if you would consider subscribing. As you can tell, it's not just me here anymore. I mean, I do stuff by myself, but the podcast is going to reside here from now on, in video form. So if you want to see more content, if you want to be notified, every time we post something, whether it be a clip, a podcast, a review, an interview, whatever it may be, if it's gaming stuff, make sure you click that bell and hit the subscribe button, and we will see you next time. Thanks for sticking around, and thank you for preparing yourselves for a plethora of hot takes and potentially unpopular opinions. I'm Gabriel Fast. I will always be the wannabe critic.